Welcome back to the wild west coast. If you think it looks gloomy, you'd be right, because it's about 8 o'clock at night. We'll lose the light in about half an hour. But we've turned up today. It's right on low tide now, so we're heading down to the mouth of the Okuru River just to have a bit of a reconnaissance, have a couple of scoops, and then head back to the motel for the night. It's a bit changed down here. The Okuru's got two mouths at the moment, so there's not too much volume down this particular mouth, but it actually doesn't look too bad for whitebaiting. At least for the first half of the tide, there's a bit of evidence that suggests it gets a bit rough around here when the tide's full. But we'll have a go now, and then we'll come back tomorrow morning and see how we go then. Dead one from the Arawa stream. Here's two. I don't know if you can see them. So we'll throw these ones back as an offering to the gods. And we'll come back tomorrow morning and have another go. So here we are, start of day 2. As forecast, it's raining. The river's up a little bit browner. So hopefully the flush will bring up the whitebait in the next couple of days. We haven't put the net in yet, so just going to do that and see how we go. We've had our first scoop and it looks like we've got about 50 or so that's just as good as the Llewellyn burn or the Arawa stream. We've been joined down the front here by a couple of other scoop netters. The tide's just starting to come in now, so doesn't look too bad. We'll see how we go. That's 2 scoops, we're on our way. Well, there's plenty of sticks. Just went for a stroll up the river. It's pretty swift bank to bank. Not a dirty flood though. We did have some rain overnight, which has stopped, but the river is up. Those good little quarter cup drags that we were getting when we were first down here, they've stopped, picking up 15s and 20s, which you really shouldn't complain about given the first 2 trips we did of this season where we caught 50 both times. Anyway, time for another drag. There were actually 4 whitebait in that drag, along with about a pound of sticks. When I got to the end of the drag, we had a few stones just hung on the net around the mouth there, and I grabbed the net to give them a flick out. It tore on me. So that net's buggered, it's rotten. I knew it was. It's not a disaster though, we've got a spare one in the truck. So it's getting a bit rough for whitebaiting now. The waves are coming well up the beach. There's the odd log going down the river, and it doesn't seem to be too much whitebait around. So we'll pack it up, we'll run the whitebait we've got, a across the cleaner again just to get the last of the sticks out, then we'll take it home and bag it up. And because of the time of the tides these days, we'll be back tomorrow at about 9 o'clock in the morning. Max is blowing on the bag to dry it out. Good work. So 230 grams, which is pretty much bang on half a pound. So not too bad given the state of the river and the state of the surf. And tune in tomorrow and we'll have another go. Well, it's day 3. We've had a few showers come through. The river's gone down quite a bit, the sea's flattened off a bit, but there's nothing happening at the moment. We've had one drag each, me and Max, and we both got nothing. So we're going to wait a wee while and for the tide to come in, half an hour or so, then we'll have another scoop, I think, but it's pretty quiet at the moment. So we just had another scoop, and we got 2. So catch rates have increased by 50% from 2 to 3 whitebait. It's pretty quiet here. There's a few fishermen down here, but there's really nothing happening. So another 3. So a wee bit better, we got 15, maybe 20 that time. We did a long drag up from the bend right down out to the front. So there's 1s or 2s there, but it's pretty disappointing. Meanwhile, Max is building a shelter. So about 50 or 60 that time, so things are picking up a little bit, but I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to keep fishing here because the current's dying really quickly. Max has got the fire going.
Yep.
By himself without any help.
Yep.
Liar. Although the wood is of a dubious level of dryness. There's no current in the river, the waves are washing right up, so we're probably going to give it away now. A little bit disappointing considering we had a fresh in the river yesterday, but we'll come back tomorrow and try again. Well, welcome to day 4. We didn't get too much yesterday. Everything's in pretty similar condition to yesterday, so the sea's relatively flat, the river's down a bit, not too much current in it, so see how we go. Haven't had a drag yet, we'll go and do that now, and hopefully we'll pick up a few more whitebait than we did yesterday. So I had the first drag, sat on a point for 5 or 10 minutes just scooping the odd push that was coming up pretty small. We got 3, so slow start. Max is down here now, he's having a go with the little net, seeing if he can pick up 1 or 2 as well. So all the scoop netters have got a bit of a conspiracy going. We're not catching anything, but we're all on the river just to make the set netters upstream think that we're getting something. That's 13 now. We've gone from 6, caught 7, got 13. Oh dear. So we're calling it on day 4, and there's that much water flooding up the estuary from the sea that the current's basically going backwards and it's impossible to drag down. We actually pulled out halfway through that drag, which is something I haven't done before. We'll have a look at what's in the net in a minute. I think there's a couple in there, but that's about it. So all in all, another pretty disappointing day. 1 day left, so hopefully tomorrow will be better. Although to be fair, the conditions aren't going to be any different. It's going to be a fine day, no rain, slightly lower tide, might help with the fishing. But anyway, we'll turn up and we'll see how we go.
It's dead.
Yeah, got it. Put this guy back in the river, eh? And that's our minuscule catch for the day. So it's about 6:30 at night. Max and I are back down the river. The tide is halfway out and going down, so we're not here for the whitebaiting. Gonna have a bonfire. Yeah, that looks like hard work. Warm enough?
Yes.
While we're eating the bacon, the sausages got away from us a little bit. Well, that's the scene on day 5. It's a beautiful day here, warm, light breeze, just enough to keep the sandflies off. The sea's pretty flat, nothing happening in the river. One other whitebaiter here apart from Max and I, and between the 3 of us, we've caught none, and we've all had at least 1 drag, so it doesn't look so flash at the moment, but we'll keep on at it. The tide's still relatively low, so we'll wait for it to push up the river, see how we go. How's the whitebaiting, Max?
Bad.
How bad?
Very.
So we thought we might just put the net in as a bit of a set net, just for a wee bit since there's nothing happening, and see if we can get one or two that way. And this is what Max has been reduced to, filling his boots of stones. There is nothing. One just in there at the mouth of my net. Doesn't want to go in. So that's it. The tide's come in too far now. The current's going back up the river. It's too hard to drag. We didn't get any from that drag. The bit of it we did. The previous drag we got 5, and that's the only 5 we've got all day. So Max is going to go and let those loose in the river. Overall, I think it's been a pretty disappointing trip. We got 330 grams, which is about 3/4 of a pound. That compares to, what was it, about 4.5 kilograms we got last year. We had a good flood last year though, so that was the difference. We didn't really have a flood. We had a bit of a fresh on the first day, and then the weather calmed right down and just seen no bait. So well, we'll try again next year on the west coast, and before the season's out we'll try and head back down to Waiamouth.